It was exactly 6:42 a.m. when the automatic doors of Pinebrooke's rural police station slid open. In stepped a barefoot man, mud up to his shins, eyes dark and distant, his hands cradling something the front desk clerk would never forget. A human skull. He didn't speak at first. Just stood there, water dripping from the hem of his jeans onto the tile. Then, with the eerie calm of someone resigned to fate, he whispered, "I need a lawyer." The room fell into a stunned silence. Not because of the skull, not really, but because of the way he held it, like something sacred, something loved. Detective Erin Vale, 32, was called in from the back. With nearly a decade of experience chasing ghosts and grief through small-town crimes, Erin thought she'd seen it all. But nothing prepared her for the look on Daniel Harrow's face. It was the look of a man haunted by a truth too heavy to carry alone. Daniel was 28, former Army medic. Quiet, polite, and familiar, Erin had known his older brother Jonah in high school. Jonah had vanished 7 years earlier, no trace left behind. Most wrote it off as another lost boy swallowed by the world. But Erin remembered the strange things people whispered back then. About the cabin in the woods. About the symbols carved into the trees. "I think I found Jonah," Daniel said once they were alone in the interrogation room. He sat perfectly still, the skull resting on the table between them. "You think it's him?" Daniel nodded. "But I'm not sure if I buried him or if I'm the reason he never came back." In the fall of 2016, the Harrow brothers disappeared for 6 months. No calls, no sightings. When they re-emerged, Jonah was visibly changed. Eyes too alert, hands that shook even when still. Daniel was quieter too, like he was translating life from another language. Then Jonah vanished again. Permanently. Their parents had died in a fire the year before. Some said it was faulty wiring. Others weren't so sure. Rumor had it Jonah said it himself. "I've been sleepwalking," Daniel confessed. "For weeks. Always to the woods behind the old cabin. I keep waking up next to the same tree. The birch one. The one with the mark." He described digging in a trance. Feeling compelled. Until finally, last week, he struck bone. Not one skull. 6 bodies. Arranged in a perfect circle. Forensics confirmed it. All male. All between 20 and 25. All buried no more than a few years ago. One had river stones in place of eyes. Another was missing his hands. The rest bore symbols, runes burned into their ribs, strange knots carved into the femurs. "There's a 7th grave," Daniel whispered. "Empty. Waiting." Erin leaned forward. "For who?" He stared at her like she already knew. "Me." Among the graves, investigators found a rusted box beneath the roots. Inside, a journal. Weather-worn, but readable. 2 handwritings. One was Jonah's. The other matched Daniel's. "He comes when the forest sings. Jonah hears him clearest. But I feel him when I sleep." Jonah said it had to be blood. That the choir won't open the door unless we make it red. "Last night I dreamed I buried myself. I woke up choking on dirt." Daniel denied writing any of it. But the last page was signed with his full name. And it read, "If you find this, I'm already gone. He wears my skin now." The town exploded with questions. Cult rumors spread like fire. Old residents claimed they remembered strange fires in the woods. Men in robes. Dead animals hanging from the trees. Still, there were no official charges. No cause of death for the remains. No proof that Daniel had done anything, except dig. But Erin felt it in her gut. This wasn't just trauma. It was a story cracking open. And something was trying to crawl out. Erin revisited old maps of the Harrow land. Found records of a church that had existed briefly in the 1940s before vanishing from public record. No purchase deeds. No priest. Just a foundation in the woods and stories of candlelit rites. The townspeople called it the choir's mouth. Daniel, meanwhile, grew less coherent. His handwriting changed. He spoke to reflections. Drew perfect circles with 7 lines through them. At night, he was heard humming, always the same low tune Jonah used to hum. Then he vanished. Security footage was useless, static and shadows. His cell showed no signs of escape, just a message carved with fingernails into the wall. 7. Complete. A week later, Erin returned to the site with a team. The cabin had burned again, but the birch tree still stood. Its bark bore fresh carvings. You were never meant to leave. Beside it, a new grave, opened, waiting. And just as Erin turned to go, she heard something. Not a voice, not words, humming, but inhuman, familiar. The same song Jonah used to hum in high school, the one with no name. She turned back toward the grave, and for a heartbeat, she saw something shift in the soil. A pale hand, a flicker of bone, then nothing, as if the forest was teasing her. Her radio crackled. Static, then a voice. Daniel's voice. "It's not a place, Erin. It's a door. And you opened it." Back at the station, Erin reopened the old police records. She scoured high school yearbooks, checked census logs. And with every layer she peeled back, she found less and less. There was no Jonah Harrow listed. No Daniel. No Harrow home ever registered. The deeper she looked, the more her own records began to warp. Files she remembered writing were gone. Her notes rewritten. Dates altered. And then the dream started. Always the birch tree. Always the 7th grave. And always the choir, humming. Then her dog stopped barking. Then her walls started bleeding. Then the mirror in her bathroom whispered her name. And then came the smell of soil on her pillow. The dirt under her fingernails. A circle of stones in her backyard. One morning, her voicemail played back a message she never recorded. "You dug too deep. And now you dream in roots." Some stories don't get solved. Some mysteries don't sleep. And some men carry their guilt in their hands, even if those hands were never theirs to begin with. Because the skull Daniel brought in? It wasn't Jonah's. And it wasn't his. The DNA test came back 3 weeks later. Unidentified male. Estimated age, 42. Daniel had never had a brother. And the Harrow family? Never existed. Erin flipped through her yearbook again, scanning each page like it might bite her. There were no signatures from Jonah. But on the very last page, a blank page meant for doodles and jokes, someone had drawn a perfect circle. Inside it, 7 lines. And a message written in ink so dark it bled through. "Thank you for listening. Now you're part of the choir." She closed the book, but she heard it anyway. The humming. Behind her. She turned and saw herself, smiling. Her reflection didn't blink. Her reflection didn't stop humming. And in her hand, her reflection held something bone-white. A skull. The choir never needed 7 victims. It needed 1 believer. And now he sings, asterisk asterisk. This mystery never sleep and the story didn't get solved. Please viewers, let's do well by subscribing and liking this story.